Short this season to fast-track a decision about whether President Biden can legally order hospitals and other large employers to require COVID vaccinations among their workers. Justices will convene a special session on January 7th to review the federal mandates, which the White House said it will start enforcing in the new year. To break down the arguments that will come up with this special session, Niall Stanage from The Hill. Niall, join me right now, because Niall, I want to ask you about all of this. These controversial mandates, which the president said are critical to achieving herd immunity as COVID cases continue to spike nationally, are the first order of business that the Supreme Court will attend in 2022. But I have to ask you, what is the rush? Why did they call this special session?
A couple of reasons, Nick. One is these mandates are due to go into force on January the 4th. But the second broader reason is that both sides agree that there is real urgency here. If you are pro-mandate, you say this is a health emergency, we need these measures immediately, especially with the variants on the rise. If you're anti-mandate, you see this as basically the government infringing on people's rights. And if that goes ahead with vaccinations, it can't be taken back. In other words, if someone gets vaccinated against their will, they can't unvaccinate themselves if courts rule differently 6 months down the line.
Niall, the courts have been all over the place on their decisions, right? I mean, some states have halted them and other states have moved forward. But the last time one of Biden's pandemic-related programs, the evictions moratorium, went to the high court, justices shot it down. Can we expect the same fate for these mandates, or is it different this time around?
Depends which side you believe, honestly, Nick. Those who are opposed to the new mandate say it is the same, that both of these things are examples of government overreach, of regulatory overreach. Now, the people who are defending the workplace mandate say, no, it's different. The agency in charge of that, OSHA, has already got the power to do this. The laws that set up that agency provided it the power to protect workers from grave dangers and from new hazards. The defenders or advocates of this mandate say that plainly provides the power to uphold the mandate.
Well, Niall, right now a conservative majority currently runs the Supreme Court. How will that be reflected in this decision, and how that ultimately, comes down to executive authority?
So the Conservative justices broadly are sceptical of executive authority. We saw that in the moratorium decision that you mentioned. So that doesn't mean the verdict here is a foregone conclusion, but it does mean that if you were the Biden administration, you would be pretty nervous. I mean, if any of us were going before a panel of 9 people and we knew that 6 of them were inclined to disagree with us, we wouldn't fancy our chances.
Yeah. Niall, last question, guys. Left us 30 seconds. I have to ask you, if the court rules that these mandates are unconstitutional, where does that leave Biden in terms of options?
Not in a great position, but he can argue that even the threat or the suggestion of introducing these mandates has prompted some companies to impose their own mandates, and so it has already had some kind of effect in that way. But that aside, the Biden administration will have to rely on other measures to keep upping the rate of vaccination.
Ooh, Niall Stanage from The Hill. Niall, thanks as always, and happy Christmas to you and your family.
And same to you, Nick. Appreciate it.
All right. Now let's talk weather. Gerard, no white Christmas for most of us this year, but we're seeing...
Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click on the red subscribe button below so you can get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.